Hey there, science fans! It's your old pal Saul, here to talk about something we all know and love. The sun! This big ball of burning gas does so much for us. It provides light, warmth and energy for life itself. But, and this is a big but, the sun can also be dangerous if we're not careful. You see, the sun emits all sorts of energy, not just the visible light we see. Some of this energy is actually radiation. And while some radiation is harmless, the sun also gives off ultraviolet or UV radiation that can cause some serious problems. We're talking sunburns, wrinkles, and even skin cancer. Yikes, don't worry though, knowledge is power. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how the sun can be dangerous and more importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. So stay tuned and let's get science-y. Now when we talk about the sun being dangerous, we're mainly talking about its ultraviolet or UV radiation. Imagine the sun sending out invisible rays of energy. Some of these rays, like visible light, are harmless. But UV rays? They've got enough energy to penetrate our skin and eyes, and that's where the trouble starts. To make matters even more interesting, there are actually three types of UV radiation: UVA, UVB, and UVC. UVA is like the marathon runner of the UV world. It goes deep into our skin, causing wrinkles and aging. UVB is more of a sprinter, causing those painful sunburns we all dread. And then there's UVC, the most powerful of them all. Luckily for us, most UVC gets blocked by the Earth's atmosphere, but we still need to watch out for its weaker siblings. We've all been told to wear sunscreen, but have you ever wondered why? Well, one of the biggest dangers of too much sun exposure is skin cancer. Remember how I mentioned that UV radiation could damage our skin? Well, when those UV rays penetrate our skin cells, they can actually mess up the cell's DNA, kind of like scrambling the instructions inside. Now, our bodies are pretty amazing at repairing themselves, but sometimes, those DNA errors slip through the cracks. When that happens, skin cells can start growing out of control, forming tumors, and that's what we call skin cancer. There are different types of skin cancer, some more serious than others, but they all start with that same culprit: too much UV radiation. Okay, so we've talked about skin cancer, but did you know that the sun can also make you look older than you are? It's true. You see, our skin is made up of these amazing proteins called collagen and elastin, which keep our skin firm and elastic. They're like the scaffolding that holds everything together. Well, when those pesky UVA rays penetrate deep into our skin, they start breaking down the collagen and elastin. It's like leaving a rubber band out in the sun for too long. It loses its stretch and gets all saggy. Same thing happens to our skin. We get wrinkles, age spots, and that dreaded leathery look. Not exactly the fountain of youth, is it? We've covered how the sun affects our skin, but it can also wreak havoc on our eyes. Just like our skin, our eyes are constantly bombarded by UV radiation. Over time, this can lead to some serious problems like cataracts. You know how the lens of your eye is normally clear? Well, cataracts make the lens cloudy, like looking through a foggy window. And that's not all. UV radiation can also cause other eye conditions like photokeratitis, which is basically like a sunburn on your cornea, ouch, and macular degeneration, which can lead to vision loss. So, protecting your eyes from the sun isn't just about avoiding squinting, it's about protecting your vision for the long haul. Now, so far we've been focusing on the invisible dangers of the sun, but let's not forget about the obvious one: heat. When we spend too much time in the sun, especially during peak hours, our bodies can overheat, leading to heat stroke. Heat stroke is a serious medical emergency that occurs when our body's temperature rises too high, and it can even be fatal if not treated promptly. And it's not just the heat itself, it's also the dehydration that often comes with it. When we get hot, we sweat to cool down, but that means we lose fluids. If we don't replenish those fluids, we can become dehydrated, which can lead to fatigue, dizziness, and even confusion. Here's something that might surprise you. Getting too much sun can actually weaken your immune system. That's right. The very thing that's supposed to protect you from getting sick can be compromised by overexposure to UV radiation. Think of your immune system as your body's defense team, always on the lookout for invaders like bacteria and viruses. Well, when UV radiation enters the picture, it can suppress your immune system, making it harder for your body to fight off those invaders. This means you're more susceptible to infections, and if you do get sick, it might take longer to recover. So, protecting yourself from the sun is not just about preventing immediate damage, It's about keeping your defenses strong for the long run. Remember how I mentioned that the Earth's atmosphere helps protect us from some of the sun's harmful UV radiation? Well, that protection comes from a special layer in the atmosphere called the ozone layer. Think of it as Earth's giant sunscreen, filtering out most of those dangerous UVC rays. Unfortunately, due to human activities and pollution, we've been poking holes in our ozone layer. This means more UV radiation is reaching the Earth's surface, increasing our risk of skin cancer, eye damage, and all the other problems we've been talking about. So, protecting ourselves from the sun also means protecting the ozone layer. So there you have it, folks. The sun, while essential for life, can also pose some serious risks if we're not careful. Remember, we need the sun, but we need to respect its power and take steps to protect ourselves. That means wearing sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher, even on cloudy days, sporting those stylish sunglasses and wide-brimmed hats, and seeking shade during those peak sunlight hours when the UV rays are strongest. And hey, drinking plenty of water never hurt anyone, especially on those hot, sunny days. If you found this video helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more awesome science content. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe, and keep on exploring.